All right, so I've been working on my website and it's time for me to publish it and send it up to the live server. So this is a page that I worked on. It's called My Travel. It's a travel project. You can see it's in a folder. It has index and a CSS and a style sheet. I worked really hard on it and it's all about my fun facts about Hawaii, and I want to publish it now to the live server. And so what I'm going to do is I'll pull up FileZilla as soon as I can figure out where I left it here. All right, and so I've already logged in, and this is the folder that exists for me. I'm logging into with the login that I provided you all. It's going to your particular folder. In other words, this would be synonymous with going to the live server, and whatever directory I posted, it's different for every semester, but this particular semester I have just my name, so Ozark Tech Web Dev /Kirsten, and you can find that based on the link that I give you. I give you some kind of a class link and you'll find your name, and if you click on your name, for example, I'll click on this name, you'll see that this is the path which we're storing our files in. And again, it changes every semester, so you make sure you look at the table associated with this video to determine where yours exists. But I'm going to replace Tara's name with my name, and this is where my particular files will reside on the live server. So when I log in, that's these files right here. And when I first created your accounts for you, I put just some dummy stuff in it. It's an index and it has this image, and that's what's showing up right here in this page. So certainly delete it. You don't have to use what I have. I just put it in there for a placeholder. So I'm going to click on both of these and I'm going to right click and choose delete because I don't really want that stuff. I want to fill it with my material. So if I come back here now, I'm going to get a 404 because I just deleted the files that are in my directory, my root folder, my directory. All right. So what I'm going to do is here's my travel page. I just showed you my amazing travel page. And I'm just going to drag this whole folder over into this remote site. See where it says remote site? So I'm moving all of these and I'm publishing my travel site. And so it's over here. I can double click on it. I can see those files. And they all exist as a folder inside my root folder. So what that means is if I come back here, I'm still going to get a 404 because my travel files, let's see if I can put these side by side, my travel folder project actually exists inside a folder called travel. So that means in order to get to that site, I'm going to have to put that folder name, which is travel. And as long as I had an index in there, I have an index.html, then I'm seeing all of the pages that are relevant to the travel site. So if I open this up, I have an index, the style sheet, the CSS, everything in that travel folder kind of exists in its own little world in that folder. So that folder has an index, and so that means that I didn't have to put a page name. Index is the default, so as long as I gave it an index.html, that's the page that's going to come up automatically. But if I try to go back to just my Kirsten, my root folder, nothing exists. I deleted that a moment ago, as you saw. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put a landing page in that in the root folder, so I have a place to land when I get to my Kirsten directory. So I've created a landing page. I'll show you what that looks like. So I'm just going to open it up in my browser so you can see. It's just a page that's sort of a landing page, a placeholder that I can have in place so I can link to some of my other projects as I go. And let me show you what I mean by that. All right, so you can see this is my page. It's just pretty basic, nothing too out of the ordinary. But what I'm going to do here is, oops, let me refresh my page here. This is called the landing page. So there's my landing page. I'm in my desktop. I have a folder called CIS 130, which is what we're seeing here. And I'm navigating to the landing page. Now, it doesn't have to be in the same folder. You're just navigating just like you would in a file explorer. But here in my landing page is all of the information I want as a landing, as like my index to my projects. So if I drag over my landing page, if I drag over this whole folder, all I've really done is created another folder and another project, so to speak, which means that if I come back into my live server It's still not showing up as my landing page, but if I typed in landing page as the same as the folder name, well, there's the project. But I really wanted this to show up as sort of a landing page in Kirsten, and I know landing page, I keep saying that word over and over again, so hopefully when I finish my demonstration, things will make sense. So just to make things kind of clear, I'm just going to delete this. I'm going to right click and choose delete, and hopefully eventually this all kind of makes sense here. So what I want is, I just want all of these files to show up when we go to the Kirsten directory. I don't know what this DS Store is. That's Visual Studio kind of doing its own thing. So I'm just going to delete it. I don't need it. So here's my project. I'm going to take this index and the project for that, what I keep calling the landing page, and I'm going to move that all over into this root folder. So ignore the travel for a moment and you see the index, the images, and the CSS. So what that means is if I come back to Kirsten, that's the page that's going to get served by default. So here is my landing page. I have a link to the home, which is really just a link to itself. So now in Kirsten, I have this project, but now I want to create a link to my travel project. So that exists over here. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to come into my landing page, which is this one. And this is the page that I just showed you. So let me make sure that this kind of makes sense. I'm doing a lot of jumping around here. So this is kind of my landing page. The idea is we're going to land here, but I'm going to create links to different projects that I'm creating throughout the semester. So for example, here's my navigation. I'm going to copy my navigation. And instead of home, now I'm going to make a link to that travel page. So all I have to do is type in the name of the folder. I called it travel, and I'm going to put in my travel page. And so the idea here is that now I'm going to create this menu so I can move to the travel page. And remember, all I'm doing here is putting the name of the file, of the folder. So if I bring back my File Explorer, my FileZilla, travel is the name of the folder. I don't have to put a page because index is automatically going to be rendered because that's the default page within the travel. So there's a default page in my root directory, which is what I'm calling landing page. I'm creating a link to my travel folder, which also has within it an index page, and everything within here is going to be kind of an independent project. So what I need to do then is I need to find my landing page. I just created a new index, right? Because I changed my travel to, added this new link. So this has been changed. So I'm just going to drag this over to the root folder, and it's going to ask me, do you want to overwrite the, notice here it says, do you want to overwrite index with index? Yep, that's what I want to do. So I'm going to click on OK. So now what should happen is when I refresh my page, now I have a travel link. And if you look down here at the status, which I can't show you at the same time, but you're seeing that it says my root folder, which is Kirsten, and then the travel folder, which is where I want to move next. So I want to click on this one, and there's my travel folder with all of its projects. So the idea here is what I'm trying to create with you is as we're creating new projects, for example, other projects that we've done, we could add another folder and we could call it, I don't know, whatever our other projects were, About Me, for example. So if I were to create a new project, maybe About Me, we did one of those, About Me, and then I could move all of my About Me project into About Me, and then I could update my my link, and I would say this was a project about me, which I don't really have anything in there, but then I'd put the folder name, which is About Me, and then that would be here in my landing page. So I'm going to upload that and click on OK, overwrite it, and now there's this About Me link. You see it down here too. There's the About Me link to that folder, but I don't have anything in that folder, so of course I'm getting a 404. So again, the idea is I'm calling this my landing page because this is where I'm landing by default when I just click on or have my name as the default for this URL. But then with each project I'm adding to this website, each time I create a new folder, which might be a new assignment that we're doing, then I'm creating a new folder and I'm creating a link to that folder, and then that project exists within that folder.